47 grams of sugar. That's what's hiding in some healthy protein shakes you see at the store. If you grabbed one thinking it's better than soda, I get it. I used to trust those labels too. But what if the stuff you thought was helping you is actually wrecking your energy? Why does nobody talk about what's really inside? Hold up. Let's break down the 8 worst and 2 worth every penny. 50% of Americans use protein supplements, but hardly anyone checks the ingredients. You think you're making a good swap, but are you? Which shakes secretly hit you with a sugar crash? And which ones actually help? I have questions nobody at the store wants to answer. Why do these drinks keep showing up everywhere? Let's find out as I break down 8 shakes to avoid, plus 2 that deliver. 1 bottle, 47 grams of sugar. 46 of those grams are straight-up added sugar. Almost your whole day's limit gone in a few sips. The label says protein smoothie, but it's basically candy pretending to be healthy. People feel good tossing this in the cart, but their blood sugar gets slammed. The front shouts almonds, cocoa, plant protein, and the brain fills in the rest. Clean, fit, better choice. Classic health halo. Just because the buzzwords are loud doesn't mean it's actually healthy. Nearly 60% of the calories are carbs, almost all from sugar. Fiber? Basically missing. So the sugar hits hard, energy spikes, then comes the crash. You get hungry again way sooner than you'd expect. And then you blame yourself. Like, why can't I just stay full? Turns out, the bottle set you up for failure. It's a quick pleasure, no staying power. If something feels light but acts heavy, it's just tricking you. The US guidelines? Keep added sugar under 10% of daily calories. Many health pros suggest under 10 grams per meal. This bottle explodes both limits instantly. If a kid grabs it, their safe sugar for the whole day is gone in one hit. The Harvard truth: sweet drinks do not make you feel full, so those calories slide in, never shutting down your hunger. You could finish this and still want more to eat. Even the green story is shaky. Almonds soak up tons of water, grown in bone-dry places like California. Pea protein? Great for soil if done right. But in this drink, all that eco-talk is buried under sugar. So, a green label ends up just meaning dessert with a protein badge. If this is clean protein, just imagine what happens when brands slap sports recovery on the label. Makes you wonder, if something this sugary can hide behind a healthy label, what happens when sports brands throw their weight into the mix? 19 grams of added sugar per bottle. The front says, for recovery, 20 grams protein, 270 calories. Sounds perfect for after a workout, right? But why is there as much sugar as a candy bar in a health drink? That Gatorade logo does a ton of work. The official look, pro-athlete vibes. Suddenly, it feels right to grab one after sweating. But most people buying these aren't pro-athletes. They're just doing life. So you end up sipping a dessert with a recovery label. The body doesn't care if you just ran a marathon or walked the dog. Sugar is sugar. Remember that sports nutrition review? It said the best recovery drinks replace fluids and electrolytes without excess sugar. This one fails that test. The sugar load is just hiding behind performance words. Supply chains know better. The protein comes from milk protein concentrate and whey, not always grass-fed. Cocoa might be from plantations where rainforests used to stand. So this drink doesn't just shake up your blood sugar, it hits your wallet and the planet. The sneakiest part? That protein number makes everyone look the other way. The logo buys trust. Recovery sounds like a need, but if you're not training like an Olympian, what are you even recovering from? And watch how this idea morphs. The next shake was built for hospital patients, but now it's an everyday breakfast for everyone. If branding alone can turn a dessert into recovery fuel, imagine what happens when a hospital shake, built for people who can't eat, ends up on your breakfast table. Boost Original, 240 calories, 10 grams protein, 15 grams sugar. This shake wasn't designed for healthy folks. It's made for people who can't eat enough, like seniors or patients coming back from illness. In those moments, the dense calories actually help, but drink this every morning? Now you've got problems. So how did a hospital shake become a daily breakfast? Harvard doctors have set it straight. Nutrition shakes are not magic bullets. But if the label flashes vitamins and minerals, it feels like a shortcut. Shortcuts turn into habits fast, especially when they save time and sound healthy. But if your base diet is sweet liquid calories, hunger signals get confused. If these shakes actually filled you up, why are you still hunting for snacks later? Look at the details. Boost has more calories than a lot of yogurts, less fiber than white bread, and a weaker protein-to-calorie punch than eggs or beans. The feeling of nutrition is mostly branding. Check the ingredient list. Water, corn syrup, that's sugar, processed dairy, then a wall of vitamins. Ingredients are listed by weight, so what's first is most of the drink. Vitamins look scientific, but most calories come from sugar and corn. There's no chewing, no texture, so your brain never gets the meal is over signal. You drink a bottle, but cravings for crunch, salt, or real food get even stronger. So is this nutrition, or just the smartest way ever to sell sugar and protein? And now, see what happens when the same formula is dressed up for weight loss. If a shake made for patients can sneak into daily breakfast, what about the ones that claim to help you lose weight, but quietly double down on sugar? 180 calories, 10 grams protein, 19 grams added sugar. That's the Slim Fast score. The label screams slim and promises control, but the main event inside the bottle? Sugar. Best advice out there? Keep added sugar under 10 grams per meal. Slim Fast blows right past that. Almost double. Ever try losing weight and end up craving more? This is why. Sugar is the fastest lever here. Weight loss experts say high protein, high fiber, low sugar is how you really control hunger. This bottle skips fiber, leans hard on sweetness, and basically trains your taste buds to want more. With no fiber, you lose fullness fast, and the sweet reward keeps you sipping. So, is this really helping with weight? Or just making sure you keep buying more? Harvard reviews warn. People see a big vitamin list and think it's healthier, even when the real base is sugar and powder. That's Slim Fast's main trick. Vitamins look official, but the shake is just a sugar bomb in costume. Even the farming side is iffy. Slim Fast uses powdered milk, cheap oils, and a ton of sugar. Classic high-input industrial farming. You'd never grow this stuff yourself. Real food, oats, beans, nuts, looks and feels totally different. And here's the kicker. This slim drink keeps hunger alive, spikes your blood sugar, and leaves you reaching for snacks, especially if you're using it as a meal. Most people trust the next hospital shake blindly. That's a problem. And if Slim Fast can get away with selling sugar as slim, just wait, because the most trusted hospital shake is now a breakfast habit for millions who never needed it. 220 calories, 9 grams protein, 14 grams added sugar in just 8 ounces. Ensure is famous on hospital trays, used for people who can't eat real food. That's where it makes sense. But now it's on breakfast tables everywhere, even for healthy adults. So why did medical fuel become a daily routine instead? Doctors say these shakes work when people struggle with a loss of appetite or trouble preparing meals. If you're not sick, on chemo, or struggling to get calories, this bottle isn't meant for daily use. Yet there it is in every grocery store, sitting with all the regular drinks. Why does quick and easy always sound so tempting, even when it doesn't help? Compare what you're giving up. Ensure it has less protein than a 2-egg omelet, more sugar than a homemade lunch, and barely any fiber. You trade a screw cap for a fullness gap that gets worse over time. Drink one now and then, no big deal. But start making it a twice-a-day habit, and the sugar stacks up fast. What most folks miss: ingredient lists are by weight. Ensure is mostly water, corn maltodextrin, a super fast carb, sugar, and milk protein. The first 3, that's almost the whole bottle. Loads of cheap energy, coated with vitamins. On the farming side, you're basically drinking the output of America's biggest corn and sugar farms. No variety, just monoculture. That's why these bottles are so cheap and so easy to turn into habits. So, if Ensure was made as an emergency fix, what happens when healthy people drink it every day? Watch what happens when a perfect macro bottle hides an even messier story. Now, if emergency calories can quietly become an everyday fix, picture what happens when a perfect nutrition label hides a messier, gut-wrecking backstory. 42 grams protein, 230 to 240 calories. Sugar, just a few grams. On paper, this should be a gym rat's dream. The kind of numbers that pop for anyone tracking macros. But then, in 2025, a major health site called this exact drink the unhealthiest bottled beverage in America. How does a shake with those numbers end up on a worst list? The answer hides in the ingredients, not the nutrition label. Ultra-filtered milk? Yup. Conventional? Not grass-fed dairy? Check. Carrageenan for thickness. And 2 artificial sweeteners, sucralose and acesulfame potassium. Even without sugar, those add-ins can wreck your gut. A top dietitian said these shakes combine non-organic dairy with ingredients linked to gut inflammation and a disrupted microbiome. Slow, sneaky harm that's hard to spot at first. And sales numbers are exploding. High-protein drinks shot up over 11% in 1 year as people using weight loss drugs grabbed anything high protein. That means more new products, less careful sourcing, and lots of corners cut. So, yes, Core Power Elite delivers 42 grams of protein, but what hidden costs come with that daily win? Is it really a win if your gut pays the price? Protein and coffee are next up, but watch for how sugar sneaks right back in. And if you thought macros told the whole truth, get ready. Because the coffee shop protein hack you see everywhere, it's sugar hiding in foam today. A grande protein coffee can pack up to 34 grams of added sugar. The proffee craze started online. Mix your coffee with protein powder or pour in a protein drink. Suddenly, Starbucks and big cafes are selling protein lattes and cold foams. Sounds smart, energy and macros in one go. But the numbers get weird. Some of these drinks hit 27 to 36 grams of protein, but that sugar is hiding in plain sight. 34 grams in a single cup is like drinking dessert for breakfast, with a shot of caffeine on the side. 3 different dietitians put it simply: these Starbucks protein drinks are basically a treat, not a meal. And that line is the real deal. Ignore the ads. Your body knows the truth. If it's a treat, why does the label call it fuel? Habits change quietly. Coffee, protein, sugar, foam. Your brain links morning with sweet. Suddenly, real breakfasts like oats and fruit taste dull. The next thing you know, you're craving sweet snacks all day. The farming and sourcing aren't great either. Coffee beans from huge monoculture farms, most protein milk from industrial dairies, sweeteners from refined sugar or corn syrup, not much plant, all processing. And here's the twist. Research says putting protein in your coffee doesn't offer extra benefits compared with having coffee and protein separately. The gains vanish if the sugar's too high. All that talk of hacking your routine is just another way to sneak dessert into breakfast. There's a whole other risk with bargain protein shakes, and you can't taste it at all. But all those sugary drinks are just one side, because there's a hidden risk in the bargain tubs and RTD shakes that nobody tastes until it's too late. Over 2/3 of tested protein powders had more lead per serving than experts call safe. That's straight from Consumer Reports, after testing 23 popular powders and ready-to-drink shakes. Some even had cadmium, arsenic, and mercury mixed in. You can taste sugar, you can feel caffeine, but you'll never taste a microdose of lead or arsenic. This is the real danger. It's not a one-off bottle, it's the daily hits, piling up quietly, week after week. You won't see symptoms right away, but over time, lead can lower IQ, damage kidneys, mess up your heart. Cadmium hits your bones. Arsenic links to cancer and skin issues. The scariest part is how normal it looks. Just a scoop in the morning, a shake after the gym. Not all brands are the same though. Some do real, batch-by-batch heavy metal testing and keep levels low. Consumer Reports found safe options, but only from brands that care about sourcing and actually run those tests. Protein isn't the villain. It's the corners that get cut. And there's the farm problem. Pea, rice, and seed proteins often come from fields with contaminated soil and water. The very roots that make plants strong can also pull up heavy metals. Unless the company tests every batch, no one knows what's really in that scoop. So the simple rule, if a protein shake is dirt cheap, skips heavy metal testing, or won't explain its ingredients, you're gambling with your health. You might not notice for years. After all those sugar bombs and hidden risks, you're probably wondering if there's anything safe left to drink. Good news. I've found 2 that actually deliver on their promises. 20 grams of grass-fed milk protein, about 130 calories, and just 3 grams of sugar. Orgain's Clean Protein Shake starts on real pastures. Cows eat grass, not just corn. The label skips all the weird stuff. No carrageenan, no fake sweeteners. Why does that matter? The numbers actually match what nutritionists want in a meal shake. High protein, low sugar, calories that don't mess up your day. Experts say 20 grams protein, under 10 grams sugar, and 250 to 350 calories for a real meal. Orgain hits that target, so it's good as a snack or a light meal. Health-wise, less sugar means steady blood sugar. Skipping fake sweeteners is easier on your gut and taste buds. There's no fiber here, but at least the formula isn't doing damage. Clean Bite viewers want to know what's behind the bottle. The cows on pasture, rotational grazing, better soil, more carbon trapped, more plant life. It's not just good marketing. Grass-fed milk is richer in omega-3s and CLA, which is actually better for your heart. This isn't magic. It's still a packaged product, but the protein is traceable. Sugar is low, the extras are few, and the farming actually supports better land. The bottle feels like it's working with the farm, not against it. But what if you can't do dairy? What if you want a plant-based shake that isn't a mess? The last option flips everything you know about protein shakes. 20 grams of protein from peas, pumpkin seeds, and flax. Calories sit at 170 to 180. Sugar, just 4 to 5 grams. Fiber, same, which slows down digestion and helps your gut. This shake doesn't just say plant-based, it actually delivers. Multiple protein sources give a complete amino acid set, not a half-finished blend. There's real fiber, real omega-3s from flax, and a short ingredient list. But plant-based doesn't always mean safe. Heavy metals can still sneak in. The best brands, like Owen, use organic peas and do third-party heavy metal tests. That's why Consumer Reports found some brands are safe enough for daily use, when the company cares about sourcing and testing. The farming story is even cooler. Peas fix nitrogen in the soil. They put back more than they take. Pumpkin and flax rotate through fields, boosting pollinators and soil health. So, this shake doesn't just avoid making things worse, it helps the land recover. Look for labels with 20 grams protein, low sugar, real fiber, and a brand that's open about farming and testing. If the label is hiding sugar, dodging tests, or full of mystery sweeteners, toss it back on the shelf. That's the playbook. Real nutrition starts with real facts, real ingredients, and brands that actually back up the hype. That's the breakdown. Turns out, there's always more under the label than you expect. If you want to keep dodging the fakes, tap another video and let's keep sorting it out together.